Griffith for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm so glad to have another Virginian here today. My old friend, I hope that doesn't hurt your reputation any. Well, I know we've known each other at least 20 years, probably more than that, Bernie McNamee. Mr. McNamee, it's good to have you with us as an energy expert and somebody who teaches law at the Appalachian School of Law in Grundy, Virginia, in Buchanan County. Now, I mention that because I recently had an interesting tour, which is right on your way as you drive there. As you get to that turn where 460 and 19 separate and you turn west, heading towards Grundy in Russell County, or excuse me, in Tazewell County, headed towards Richlands, just off on your left behind the Food City is a console office. And they're doing some fascinating new work. They've got a new technique to more efficiently and cleanly capture coal bed methane, and they're using it right now at Buchanan number 1. As you know, Buchanan number 1 is a huge underground mine for metallurgical coal. That means we make steel out of it, for those who don't know. The footprint underground right now is about the size of Washington, D.C., and they're getting ready to open up a new section in the next couple of years. And so they're capturing in a very clean and efficient manner the coal bed methane out of that mine. But what people may not realize is they also can use this technique to capture this from existing mines or mines or areas that have coal that may not have ever been mined, but because they may be close to the surface or whatever, they have escaping methane gas. We can use it on that too, but they don't get any credit for having a clean, efficient way because it's the dreaded fossil fuel. It's natural gas. Oh my gosh, egads, it must be bad. But here's a way that American technology is helping us. Do you think that's a good way that we should go, and that if we're going to do something with credits, that we ought to be looking at things that make it so that smaller steps forward can be made with existing fuel sources and baseload like natural gas, et cetera? You can turn your mic on.
Congressman Griffith, it's great to be back in front of you once again. And I think you're correct, is that the innovation, the American people have been the ones that have solved most of our energy crises and energy challenges. You think about the fracking revolution with George Mitchell in Texas, the innovation that Consol's doing. These resources, and what's neat about natural gas, what's great about the methane that's being produced, is that it is something that can be dispatched and used to keep the grid growing. And these are very important things that we need to be focused on as a country. It's great to talk about, we think we can go 100% renewables, but the reality is with technology we have today, we have to have dispatchable energy, and that's gonna come from natural gas, from the methane that's captured at the coal seam. And these are things that we should not look negatively about. They have made our economy, people's lives, and the quality of life for all American people much better, and it's something we should embrace.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Mr. Menzies, you agree that we probably ought to be using this technology and rewarding it instead of excluding it from being able to receive money from, the greenhouse gas reduction program because it's a fossil fuel. I don't think they're eligible.
To be sure, I mean, there are a lot of technologies that we can be deploying right now to help reduce emissions. Remember, our quest here is not to choose one type of energy over another. Our quest here to solve the climate problem is to reduce emissions.
Yeah, and I
so anything we can do to reduce emissions, it doesn't make any difference whether you're using coal or fossil. You have technologies to deploy, and the IRA actually encourages it in some ways to do that. So it's reducing emissions, not saying something should be anti-fossil or or renewables. That's the false narrative. It's reducing emissions.
And I appreciate that. Back to you, Mr. McNamee. It's interesting that Buchanan number 1 mine, it's expanding. A lot of times people want to talk about, we're going to have new sectors and we're going to hire all these people in the renewables area, and while the CEOs may make good money, the frontline people don't make nearly what the miners in Buck 1 make. The new section they estimate is going to be about an average of $103,000 a year for people with sometimes not even a high school education. They're able to get in there and they're able to learn a trade and go forward, and that's very exciting. Also, as a former FERC representative, I'd like to see us move forward on our pipeline reforms including possibly even having co-location, but my time is out, so we'll have to talk about that privately another time.
Be happy to.
I appreciate it. Always good to see you. Thank you for being here today and for spending your time with us. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.